Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in.
That's so random.
Well, let me sniff.
No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle.
There's dust on it.
I don't get out of here.
Maybe this is right, but I'm still
Put it feel nice in your nose, though.
Yeah, I want to go to bed. I'm tired. That just made me instantly exhausted.
Okay, sorry, was I? Told you I was a sniper. I know you're showing off the ponytail already. It was making YouTube lag. Come on, a little more, a little more. I want to see the face. And I love the choker. I originally had plans to have a choker myself, but I decided to get rid of it because I thought it was no. Get the hell out of my head. What? What? Ah! 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 Get away! Get away! What? Did I just kill two in one shot? Hell yes! I'm incomplete without you by my side. What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side. I need you by my side. Ah! No! Damn it! Do the thing! Do the thing! Ah!
There we go. Where am I?
Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Hello!
So, we're back
for the second episode of Celestia Arcane Academy.
Wait, is it really only the second episode?
Yes.
Holy crap.
You guys are
Remember-
always not here. Fuck us.
I mean, it's true, but harsh. True, but harsh.
To be fair, I'm always ready, though.
Boka is always ready. You are not always ready.
Yes, I am. I'm always ready.
Proof!
So, one thing, I hope you guys thought about since last time is the clubs you want to be in. Some of you noted it down, some of you did not. So I have clubs for Boka and Adir. So Game, who sadly will not be with us for this episode. Something personal happened, and he's out taking care of that. So, we wish him well. And hopefully he'll be back next week. Next week. He's gonna have some stuff to catch up on. So. Alright. Pip needs clubs. Has none. Has none. So, think about that. And Rowena gets a second club. So, also think about that.
Oh, yeah, do I really get a second club? I thought I only get one.
No, you get two. Get two. So, first things up. The big thing for this time is the start of classes.
Have we had a long rest since our initial session?
Yes. It's going to be the next day.
Cool.
So you guys, if you recall, had some adventures in the library last time. After that, you settle into your rooms in the dorms. And that's pretty much where we ended it. So, if you didn't see the last adventure for any of those out in chat, definitely make sure to go check it out. I don't know if any of the rest of you streamed it, because I don't ask. But, it is up on my YouTube channel, so you can go see it. Oh, and quick note, I now have a name for my YouTube channel. So you can find me at Gameipedia on YouTube. So, much easier to get to. Much easier. Alright, and with that, you are all going to wake up. In fact, your beds have like an alarm clock or an alarm chime that rings. And if you resist getting up, the beds actually will flip up and toss you out.
Oh.
My bedding smashes it on the ground.
I do a front flip and land on my hands.
I just get up.
Not my feet, my hands.
I won't make you roll for that. But
I just get up.
the beds here are apparently animated to make sure no one is delinquent. So,
I beat up my bed.
We fight the bed.
that may be tougher than you expect. Besides,
I just want my coffee.
You know?
It's like, go nuts. It's just no matter how hard you whack it, it does nothing.
I mean, there is a suppression field for magic here. It stops spells from being lethal. So, that is a
fight
thing.
it.
What
So,
does it stop a hammer?
do you have a hammer?
I don't have a hammer. I
I
should
didn't
get a
think so.
hammer.
I didn't think
I
so.
bite it. I bite it so hard.
Okay. So you molest your bed, which
What?
tries to fling you out.
I give it a kiss.
I did
I mean-
not.
You're using your teeth. You're using your teeth on the bed. What else can I call it? Come on. Come on.
I bite it.
The definition of molesting is just unwanted attention.
I just
That's where you buy.
is there any coffee available?
There you buy.
So, after taking a shower,
All right.
you can stumble down to the cafeteria. And in the cafeteria, beverages are set up and food. In fact,
Yay!
you can already smell the food. This morning it
Okay,
seems to
eats
be.
it all.
This morning it seems to be ham and fresh bread,
I eat that.
fresh golden bread.
I eat that.
I'll just take the bread.
I steal
want
his
ham?
bread and eat it.
No breakfast ham. There's also
Oh, I could live off of bread.
Exactly.
My bread.
there's also condiments, fruit jams, butter.
Ooh, buttered bread. Yeah, I can take that.
I'll eat that. I take his and I eat it.
No, don't take mine.
Mine.
I get some of the fruit jam. And
I take
only
that and
the
eat
fruit
it.
jam.
All right. Beverage-wise, they have several different beverages, several types of juice. What is probably coffee.
I drink all of whatever the coffee is.
No, I need my coffee in the morning, otherwise I'm grumpy.
So, there is a lot of
Mine.
coffee. There's way more than one person can drink. So,
All right, then I use
I drink it all.
No.
You see me
need my
taking
coffee.
little bits of the fruit jam and
drink
trying
it
them all,
all.
and every time I take a bite of one, I go like, not good berry. As I just go through them all.
I eat them before he can eat them.
oh no. Oh no.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, have it pour me a cup of coffee before it gets drunken up.
Okay.
I tried to grab the coffee cup.
So, while you're all doing this, one of the professors comes over and just looks at you. Looks at all three of you. She just stands there, looking at you.
Damn.
I'm not doing anything weird. I'm just getting little bits of jam.
I'm still half asleep, so I don't know what's going on. I just want my coffee.
The only thing weird about what I'm doing is that I'm not immediately putting it on bread.
I ate it. It's mine.
This particular, professor, she is cute but intimidating. She's got a black hat, dark hair, dark makeup, and she's wearing a dark robe. She comes over to
Boka
Boka.
takes her hat.
Wait, did you already introduce us to the Big Titty Goth GF?
I didn't say anything about her endowment. I did not. I
No,
did
we
not.
described the rest of it.
So, as
Boka
Boka
takes
tries to
her
reach
hat.
for her hat, she takes your hand, sets it back in your lap, and then smacks you on the head with a small wooden spoon.
Wait.
Well, give
oh,
that.
Like you're punishing a small child.
I mean, pretty much. Pretty much.
Wait, who's getting punished?
Boka.
Oh, oof.
If.
Oh, I did forget to mention, she does have a good bit of jewelry, and, part of her outfit includes giant black feathers. Giant
Boka
black
takes the feather.
feathers. She gently removes your hands again for feathers.
Oh, give.
She just looks at you and says, "No, keep your hands to yourself."
Why not? Are you telling Boka can't have?
You cannot. It is mine. Respect my property, as well as theirs. Do not interrupt them. when they
Feathers
are
aren't
eating.
land.
She leans in to Boka, and she whispers, "Keep it up. Keep it up, and I'll turn you into one of my undead pets."
Will
And then
not.
she walks off.
I like this one.
And with that, she does walk off. Though she seems to keep an eye on Boka.
Darn.
I don't know what's going on, so I just take the cup full of coffee and just start drinking it.
Boka grabs for the
Okay.
coffee.
Nashi, what's your character's name?
Rowena.
Rowena. I just kind of lean over to Rowena, and in Nornan, I'd say, "She's a weird one, isn't it?" As I scoop up some jam from my plate with only my fingers and eat it.
Do I know? Wait, do I know
Boka swipes
Norden?
the jam.
I don't expect you to.
Oh, then I just have a question. I just have a question mark.
Give to
And-
me.
I just shrug, drink
All right.
and drink coffee.
Give
I
to
just
me,
look.
okay?
I just sound like I'm speaking in tongues as I eat with only my fingers.
Boka swipes it again.
So, as you reach for it, Boka, suddenly, a surge of energy goes right through your fingers. It doesn't hurt you, but it is stunning.
Ooh.
Wait, as who reaches for Boka?
Now, as Boka reaches for your food,
Oh.
Boka does it again.
it happens again.
I like it. Do it again.
I like it. Wait,
Do it
no,
again.
this isn't how you play the game.
Okay,
What do you mean?
this time it does hurt, and you take 1 point of damage.
Boka bites the air. Where are you at?
I just sip my coffee.
I'm very confused. Am I
Boka
supposed
tries
to be
to
on
grab the
just a
coffee.
black screen in Roll20?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not sure because I
don't think you
also do have a
should.
black screen.
I mean, you should be on the starting screen, which should not be black.
Yeah, my screen is black.
Tis just black.
Oh, did I forget to set something?
All right.
Let's just do that.
Ah, there
Did
we
that
go.
fix it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's fixed.
I
I
see
need
all.
the
I
other
see all of
page.
us.
Alrighty.
Because, I need all the
Alright.
NPCs.
Let's
All
do
of them.
this.
So. Alright.
You got knocking
As
me
you
with her whole, like,
finish-
outfit of the Piercing and then the dragon and like the angel and demon, and then I just look like a guy.
I grab the coffee.
Okay. You can grab some of the coffee.
I grab all of the coffee.
Okay.
You can't grab all
You
the coffee.
grab-
I have some of the coffee.
You grab you grab a container of it. I don't drink enough coffee to recall what they call like the container you put it in when you're
Mug?
serving it.
Oh yeah, a coffee mug.
Yeah.
Not a mug. What you pour from, like a coffee machine into the
Pot.
cup.
Thermos. A
Pot?
thermos.
Coffee
It's
pot?
a pot. I know
Yeah,
there's a special
coffee
term
pot.
for it. Sorry,
It's a coffee pot.
I'm not coffee
Yeah, coffee
drinker.
pot.
It depends on what the generic one is. Just the coffee pot. There's like specialty ones for like espresso, for like cold brew.
It's mostly preferred to be considered a pot.
You can have it in like a French press. French press coffee.
Well, you can take one with you.
Sorry. It's
Like a very
considered a
big
pot.
mug.
I drink it all.
It may take some time. It may take some time.
I do.
Alright.
Are there coffee
So-
beans anywhere?
Not out here. They're in the cafeteria, like kitchen. So, you can't just rush in. You can't just rush in.
Is there a window or something where I can get someone's attention?
Yes. There
I want
is-
to go to the window and
window.
try to get someone who's back there, someone's attention.
I'm still half asleep, so I notice
Okay.
nothing.
One of the servers comes over. Yes.
Can I get a bag of beans?
Why do you need a bag of beans?
Coffee beans.
Yes. Still, what do you need with a bag of beans?
To eat them.
To eat them?
I just nod.
Okay. The server looks at you very curiously and says, "Give me one moment." He heads into the back and talks to the chef, who I should probably describe really quick.
Ooh, what do they look like?
So, he goes over to a rather
They
tall
look
Nornin.
like-
This Nornin has, like, almost white, blonde hair, big brushy, like, mustache and beard. Full beard. And, big giant nose. He, talks to him, glances at you, looks back, and then says something. Then the server comes back over, and he goes, "Unfortunately, we don't have enough beans at the moment to just give you some."
Curses.
I'm sorry about that.
Boka laughs and continues to drink the rest of the coffee.
Alright, so anyways, as you start to get done eating, a magical chime sounds through the hall, and you see a lot of students hurrying off to class.
I drag the coffee pot with me and I go to class.
Okay,
I just took
Okay.
a piece of butter bread with me and my coffee.
alright. So, your first
I finish my
class-
jam samples and then grab a
Can
piece
I add the
of bread on
coffee
the
pot
way
to
out.
my inventory?
Hang on to it for now, but don't add it to your
Yeah.
inventory. Not yet. Not yet.
Mine.
So, you'll all have the same first class.
Woohoo!
It is the Introduction to Magical History.
Alright.
Yesterday, you were told how to get the building to tell you where any particular class or facility is. Because they don't give you a map, but you basically talk to the academy itself, and the building will respond. So, using that, you can all get to class. Class is held in an auditorium-style room with 5 rows of seating. Do you guys want to sit together? Or you have specific spots you want to take in the room?
I sit at the front.
Okay. So Boka
It's
slides
Boka's
in at the
smart.
front.
I sit
Where the
middle.
rest of you go? Okay. Behind Boka? Or...
Let's
off
sit
to
near
one
the
side?
back.
Alright.
Side.
Alright. And, Ren, where do you want to go?
Near the back.
I mean, yes, in the back. But, behind Boka? Or... behind...
Behind everyone.
I mean, you can sort of do that. You're generally, averagely
Just
behind
the furthest back seat that I can get.
Yes, row 5. So, as other students, because there's probably about 16 people in your class, shuffle in. They're all wearing similar clothes to you guys. And they're a very mixed bunch. A very mixed bunch. Do you want to look around at any students?
I'm going to turn my head left and look.
Okay. So, you see... You see what you're pretty sure is a fire Nephilim. A male fire Nephilim. Who is sitting, one row down from you, and off to the left. It's a very impressive figure. And he looks very athletic. Very. There's also a... I don't want to put it. A human woman, well, young woman, with brown hair, who is otherwise very poised and has a steady gaze, but you don't really notice too much about her. There's also another human woman. This one, though, has dark skin, almost elfin ears, and dark black hair. She's very striking. And I think the last one you see is another Nornin. Though this one is more, gnomish. She's got pointy ears, and exaggerated style. In fact, she can't seem to sit in the same spot. She's constantly moving around. And she's very impish in her nature, from what you can see. There is also what seems to be a human noble, though he's a guy, with red hair and striking blue eyes. But he's got that look, that sort of poise that nobles tend to have. You know, and that perfect hair with a little swish. With a little swoosh. Also down on the left is what looks to be an elf, though she's got lots of piercings. She's wearing red makeup and has luscious black hair. I think that's it for that side. Do you want to look to the other side?
What was the last person?
She is what appears to be an elf due to the ears.
But you said black
And,
makeup.
Yes, red makeup and black hair. Raven
Black hair, red makeup. Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Do you want to look to the other side?
Yep.
Okay. So the other side, in the front, near Boka, is a girl who seems to be human with green hair and wearing glasses. She doesn't seem to be talking to anyone like several other people, and is just sitting by herself, with a sort of, how do I put this? There's sort of an air to her, as if she doesn't really seem to care about anyone around her. Behind them is another Nornin, another female Nornin. This one looks, well, as a Nornin, you know that there are burly Nornins and slim Nornins. This one is a burly Nornin. She's very well developed. Let me put it that way. At least what you can tell under the robes. And, she's got her hair tied back into, like, how do I put this? Probably the best way to put it is kind of like twin tails, except they're kind of puffs. Twin puffs.
Space buns?
Not quite. These are like tied at, like the scalp, but they go into like a loose ball of hair. Rather than like a bun, which is tied up.
Okay.
So it's like she tried to get her hair out of her way, but she didn't tie it like completely. Oh, and she has red hair too, or at least brownish red. Near her is another guy who seems to be human, and he also seems to come from money. Let's put it that way. He's got that arrogant, sort of self-confident look to him. And he's also very prim and proper, with brown hair, with a couple little streaks of like silvery white in it. Which, at a guess, you'd say is probably styled. So it's probably not natural. In the third row, actually next to where Rowena is another elf. This one though, this one is a little more exotic. He's got traditional blonde hair, but he's got his hair cut into sort of a, like, if you've ever seen it, those people that have, like, part of their head shaved and the rest of their hair is long and allowed to drape over. That's how his hair is styled. Which is not normal for an elf. It's kind of an exotic look. You usually see it more in, like, humans.
And that's all I see?
No. There are two more.
Oh, there's more.
No, 3 more.
3 more?
Yes. Almost in front of you is a very rough individual. He's kind of he looks kind of unkept. As if, you know, he just kind of throws himself together. He's also got very, canine features. Which is... I mean, it should not be a surprise. He is very likely a Legos.
Okay.
So, he is one of the, dog type of people. Dog-based humanoids. I do have a picture of him, so I can show you that if you need. He's got quite the look. I can't really describe it well, or at least it would take a while. Near you, in the back, is a white-haired male Minza with his large bunny ears and some red markings on his face. He seems very calm and collected, with his books neatly stacked in front of him. And lastly, but not least, is a dark-haired Chiara woman or girl with bright green eyes and these little streaks on her cheeks. She also is wearing some dark red makeup, though her lipstick is dark red. Around her eyes is just more conventional black mascara.
So am I the
She
only one who's
seems-
just looking around the room?
I mean, I'm describing them at least a little, so everyone's, you know, getting an eye of their fellow students. For this particular Chiara, the last thing I want to say about her right now is that she seems to be absolutely serene. It's like
Absolutely
the
what?
chaos around her does not affect her. She's serene.
Oh, serene. Okay.
Yes. Sorry if it's so hard to hear me.
That was just Discord's audio compression being weird.
It can also sometimes be my mic. I don't know why it does it here and not at other times, but I crinkle sometimes. It doesn't happen when I'm streaming, like a game, but it does here. I don't know why.
Again, I think it's just Discord's audio compression just not playing nice with some mics.
That can be. Probably doesn't like it that, like, I do a lot of stuff to my mic before it ever comes in to,
Oh, you have
Discord?
all your effects and stuff on it?
yes. So, does anyone want to take a look or talk to any of the people around them? I mean, you don't know their names yet, so.
I'm too nervous. I'm too nervous to do anything, so I just continue. I just continue finishing my breakfast.
Boka continues
Okay.
drinking coffee under hood.
I'm gonna lean out. How close was, like, the elf girl on my left?
The dark-haired one,
Yeah.
she's a couple of rows down.
Oh, never mind then. Who is immediately on my left?
The closest one to your left is the male Nephilim.
Okay, then
There,
I'm gonna
Nephilim.
lead it. I'm gonna lead over to him and just go, which class is this again?
He looks over at you, and you can now see his eyes, which are bright orange. They actually seem to glow. And he says, "This is Introduction to Magical History."
Right. I immediately take out, like, a notebook and start writing that down.
Okay. He looks at you a little bit oddly, and then settles back to talk to a couple of the people near him, including the human woman that was right in front of him. Alright, and unless anyone else wants to talk to someone, I think this is when the professor comes in. So,
Alrighty then.
you hear the door open, and then
Woo!
it slams shut, and a younger woman, not as young as you guys, older than you, but still fairly young looking,
Like
walks
older
in.
than us, but not by much.
Maybe a decade. It's kind of hard to tell. And apparently, I did not mark everything on the sheet. Which is
Don't you
always
love when
good.
that happens?
Yes, I do. So you notice immediately that she is an Andrusa, one of the dragon people, or at least sometimes they're called dragon people. She has scaly horns on the side of her head, and patches of scales on her body that you can see mostly around her face. Most of the rest of her body is covered by the blue robes that she wears. She also
My
has...
teacher is Andrea. I'm sorry.
Boka appears sitting next to her.
she's not... She's walking up to the front. She's not, like, sitting
I sit
somewhere.
next to the desk.
Do you crawl over the bleachers or tables, whatever you want to call them, to do this?
How close is Boka to me?
Yes.
She's down front, so she's
Oh no.
4 rows apart. Alright, if you're gonna try to do that, roll me, a acrobatics roll.
What is that? How do I do that?
Go to your sheet, and you'll see the
Oh, yeah.
scales. Just click on the scale.
Alright. Acrobatic.
Yep. Oof. Oof. You try to go over the table, and you fall onto the table.
Oof.
So you're now laying across part of the table. One limb off to the side.
I crawl under the table.
That's not embarrassing at all.
Okay, you can crawl or flop back under the table.
No wings, just crawl.
So, the woman walks up to the front of the room, and then she looks you over, and she says, "My name is Liana Flametongue. I am a junior professor here, and I am the one who teaches Introduction to Magical History. First, we should take attendance. So, here it comes. I'm going to say, with very high probability, that you're going to forget some of your fellow students. So I'm actually going to let you see all the various classmates of yours, so you can like see them and recall their names. But
Or at least
we're gonna
attempt
go
to.
through them all. Yes. Adir is not here, so Adir can't be called. So the first name she says
I mean, a deer
is
can be called, it'll just be absent.
we're gonna assume he does get called. We're just going to ignore that he's not here. So
It's like, idea. Who?
Who?
so the first name in a book is Biffler Whitehorn. Or Whitehorn.
Pip. Pip pip.
Is that all you say?
No, I mean I raise my hand and say, Pip.
She looks at you and says, saying present or here is fine. Pip is not.
No, call me Pip.
Oh. Maybe. You gotta earn that. Alright. The next one after that is Boka.
Boka raises his hand from under table and says, "Here."
Can you please sit in a seat?
No.
Please do.
No.
Why is she saying here if she's not here? She's there.
So several of the other students laugh when Boka refuses to get out from under the table. She comes over, Liana that is, and she looks under the table and she says, "Come on out. I can't teach you there."
Yeah, you can.
No, you need to see.
I can see.
Do you want me to get one of the other professors?
No.
Then please get in a seat.
I thought we're playing college students, not elementary.
I mean, you are.
Boka reluctantly gets on the chair, but keeps hood on.
So, some of the people here are a little unusual. So sometimes there's a little more hand-holding than other times. So
I don't know about you, but every college I've ever been in, the person's like, all right, do whatever you want. It's not my fault when you fail.
Right?
it's a little different here. The teachers are actually required to have some input on the students, especially since they're first years. This is where they establish how things work. So, the teachers have to have a little more flexibility. Technically, some of the people that arrive here are as young as 14, so... Whoops, I hit the wrong button. So next she says, Bedham Rampart. And, the Lycos guy in the class raises his hand and says, here. And I'll show you him. Should now be able to see him.
Huh.
No, Rowena's the last for you guys. So it's gonna be a few people. So, she then says, Cadoris Demolwar. And I'll show you him. As he says, present. I should probably have alphabetized them.
Yeah, that might have been your life for a little bit easier.
Yes, I didn't think to do that. Next she says, Grayson Wildmere. And, one of the two guys that seem to be of noble birth, or possibly of noble birth, noble birth, raises his hand and says, I am present. And I'll show you him. She then says, Greta Goran. And, the fairly fit Nornan raises her hand and says, I am present and I'll show you her. Then we have Lauren Arniza, and I'll show you her. As she says, I am present, I believe. She then says, Luna Winterstar. And the dark-haired elf raises her hand and says, Yo. And she gets a bit of a glare from the teacher as she said that.
Boka raises their hand as well and says, Here.
She looks at you. And she says, You're going to be one of my problem pupils, aren't you?
No.
She looks back at her ledger and she says, Melwithlorn. And the male Minza, next to Pip, raises his hand and says, I'm present. And I'll show you him. With that, I think we're down to the R's. She looks at her ledger for a moment and says, Rosmithbit was Fedlum's. And the slim Norning woman with red hair raises her hand and says, Me. And she also gets a glare. There you go. Then she says, Rowena.
Present.
She nods and marks you there. Then it is Rubina Larkingdale. And the black-haired, dark-skinned young woman raises her hand and says, I'm here. And I'll show you her. I know there's a lot of these. We're almost done. She then says, Shivadri Glintmantle. And the Chiara raises her hand and says, I'm here. And I'll show you her. Then
Boka
she says,
Hi.
Okay. The Chiara girl waves back. Friendly.
Hey.
She says, Kalana Kupal. And the second woman I mentioned raises her hand and says, I'm present. And I'll show you her. And the last one. Liana says, Now, the last one. Xanther Bowen. Are you here? He raises his hand. He's apparently the fire Nephilim next to Pip. He raises his hand and says, I'm definitely present. And I'll show you him. And that is the class. I think I'll also show you her page. As soon as I find her. Oh, there she is. Whoops. I have her in front of me. I'm doing great. Yep. Here she is. You get to see Liana. She sits down the ledger and she says, Now, here in Introduction to Magical History, we're going to go over some of the various history of the world. You'll be stressed in 3 primary subjects: Arcana, History, and Insight. These are the aspects of everything we talk about that you should consider. Hang on one sec. Alright, I had to read the extra notes. So, she also says, now, you get a special reward for finishing this class. So hopefully, you will do very well. In fact, I won't say this in character, but as the GM, I'm gonna say that, if you can pass this class, I will give you proficiency in history. So, if you want proficiency in history, this is a good class to get. And try your hardest. Well, you'll get half proficiency at first. There's another class of magical history before I'll actually give you full proficiency, but even half proficiency is good. Alright, and with that, she's going to start into an overview of the course. She hands out a syllabus, and she talks about some of the points you're going to be going over. She's going to start this year off talking about what little is known about the War of the Gods. Then she'll go in to what we know of what is usually called the Cataclysm. And then she's going to talk about more modern times to finish the year off. And with that, a tone chimes, and she says, "It's time for your next class. I'll see you tomorrow." So
Pip's
with
gonna
that,
close up his notebooks and just continue looking
Yes.
around the class for a little bit.
Okay,
Boka tracks the coffee pot to next class.
actually, Liana leaves, and you see most of the other students are staying.
Boka turns around and sits back down.
So, the next class is Introduction to Alchemy and Magical Biology, and that happens to be in the same room. So, you can stay here.
How many of the students stayed?
All of them.
Oh, all of them. Cool.
Yeah, it seems these ones are the ones you're going to be sharing classes with. So, just so you know,
Nice.
there are 2 other groups of first years, and the teachers alternate between them. So, you guys are going to be together for a while. I mean, it was either that, or I make up 50 first year NPCs. Which would be too much. Too much. I have like 50 professors, so
50 professors? My god.
yes.
Sheesh.
I only need 6 for your classes, but then there's clubs, so there's like 50 professors.
All right, well, does anyone rearrange seats or everyone just keeps their seats?
No, most people seem content to stay where they were. Do any of you want to move?
Nope. I'm too comfy.
Move back under the desk.
Oh no. Oh no.
Who was on that middle row?
Among the students?
Yeah. Because you said Luna was 2 rows ahead of me, and I'm in the back out of 5 rows.
Yes. So she's in the third row, as long
Third row.
as well as
As
Shivadri.
okay, and it was Greta. No, Greta was one row ahead.
Yes. The other one in the middle row, besides Rowena, is Grayson Wildmere. I should probably have made a seating sheet.
Yeah, that. I mean, you could technically make one by just going to a blank page and arranging them roughly how they are.
I mean, yes, I could. But, I don't think I'm going for now. Maybe for next time. We'll see how steady their placement among the rows is.
I'm gonna move up 2 rows.
Okay.
If there's an open seat, I'm not gonna like kick anyone out of a seat.
I mean, they're about... There's about 7 seats in each row.
Okay, and there's only like 3 people on that row.
And there's 4.
4 people. Okay, yeah, so there's room.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna move up 2 rows to the
Okay.
center.
You scuttle up. And as you do so, another woman comes in. This one is an elf. Alright, so this is a young looking elf. She's gotta be only 150 years old, so fairly young for an elf. She has almost pinkish hair, and very long ears with green eyes. And I'll show you her page here, so you can see what she looks like. She's wearing, not so much a robe as like sort of a wilderness outfit. It's made of like furs. She walks to the front of the class with a ledger in her hand and a book. She sets this down on the desk in front, and then she turns to you all and she says, "I'm Veralda Lang. I will be teaching Introduction to Alchemy and Magical Biology. So, for this class, we won't be doing that much alchemy. However, we will be doing a lot of the study of various creatures."
You see me look slightly disappointed when she mentions there won't be much alchemy.
Okay.
Like just ever so slightly, just like, aw.
She says, here, your primary focuses will be on handling animals, specifically the ones that are more friendly, as well as how to deal with an animal you may encounter. We're also going to teach about nature and survival. Hopefully, when this class is done, you will have a good grasp of the various, or at least some of the various, creatures. In fact, for this class, we will be going over one monster at a time through the alphabet, starting with the Ankeg. And then we'll be moving on to basilisks, and then chimeras, okay, sorry.
You hear
I was reading
the
it.
word chimney from under the desk.
She looks over and then peers behind the row. And she says, "Can you please come up here?"
No. No.
"Please do."
Okay.
As you resume your seat, she walks back away from the rows, and she says, "This is supposed to be a fun class. We're going to be, analyzing various creatures. Creatures which are often useful in alchemical mixes. And like most classes here, you will be getting rewards from this class. If you do well anyways. So, while you may not want to attend, it would definitely be useful if you manage to pass this class." So, do one of you want to ask any questions? I probably should have done that with the first one.
I'm pretty content.
Okay,
Same.
well, the green-haired girl,
I could just continue drinking coffee.
Lorraine, raised her hand and says, well, she goes into a discussion about what some of the other creatures you'll be studying are. Which includes G for Griffin. Apparently. In fact, she also mentions here that at some point you'll go to see the griffins, because there's actually some griffins that the Academy keeps. Shortly after that, the bell rings once more. And I did share her with you guys, right? I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it looks like I did. So, you see most of your fellow classmates shuffle out after the bell rings. Apparently, the next class is in a different area. Oh, I forgot to mention, Verelda does say that quite often classes will be outside as you look at various creatures. So, prepare for that. Alright, so, do you guys want to follow the rest of your class to the new classroom?
I drag my coffee pot with me and go to the next class.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Now, each class has been about an hour so far. So. Oh, and I should mention, usually classes are 2 hours. However, this is the first day, so you're getting, like, a 1-hour intro instead of a full class. So. When you shuffle into the new classroom, you see a young, though not as young as you guys, female Nornan. One of the slimmer ones at the front of the class. In fancy robes. And she's looking at you all as you enter. Do you go to the same spots as the other classroom? Or do you get new seats?
Screw it, new seats.
I
I
take
Who
sit
do I
under the
see?
desk, though.
Okay, one at a time.
I sit under the desk at the front.
Oh no.
I take the same
That does
seat.
you. Okay, same seat. And Ren, what do you want to do?
New seats.
Okay.
Who do I see?
It depends. What row do you want to look at? Let me narrow it down.
I mean, I'm just at the entryway of the door. Who do I see? Just at a passing
Sharing
glance.
the first row is Lorraine, the green-haired girl, Shivadri, the Chiara, Greta, who's the burly female Nornan, and I think Rubina. So the dark-skinned girl.
Hmm.
Do you want me to go to the next row?
Yeah.
Okay. The next row has Luna, Grayson, Talana, and Rosie.
I'll go to the second row.
Okay. Who do you want to sit by? Or between?
I'll sit next to Yuna and Grayson.
Okay. You sit next to Grayson. As you all take your seats, the young professor looks around, picks up the ledger, and comes forward. She says, "My name is Zilla Langning. I am one of the newest professors on campus, so that is why I've been given the task of teaching incantation and magical notation. However, while I may be new, I am very accomplished, so I don't think you can get anything over on me." Also, for the few people this may affect, I am from the land of
Wait, you cut out for a
Tianqiu.
second. What was that?
the land of Tianqiu.
God.
So that might not mean much to each of you right now, but it may become important. In particular, Talana tends to look up at this and angle her head as if she's curious or interested. It is also shown in what she's wearing. Zilla is wearing silk robes rather than more like cotton style ones, which are more common. So very fancy and shimmery. She also says, "I also speak almost a dozen languages. So, if you should want to speak a language that you don't get to often talk in, I can probably help you with that." Now, for this class, we're going to be looking at various languages, magical languages. Oh, and I forgot to show you what she looks like. Let me put that up. There you go. She says, for this class, we'll mostly be looking at the magical languages. This is Celestial, Draconic, Infernal, Primordial, and Sylvan. Obviously, we do not have the time to learn all these languages, but we will be looking at each of them. As such, we will also be looking how it affects some common skills. In particular, we'll be looking at Arcana, History, and Insight. One of the end results of this class is actually that you will come to learn how to cast the Comprehend Languages spell So if you feel this is useful, pay special attention. Does anyone want to make any comments or ask any questions?
None. I just my ears just kind of perk up when it comes to the comprehend languages spell. So you see my ears wiggle a little bit.
Okay. Anyone else? Nothing from Pip?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, what was that again?
Do you want to
The last
ask
question?
any questions?
Oh, no,
Or
no any questions.
make any comments? Okay.
No, I am going to write in
Okay.
my notebook, though, about the learning comprehend languages spell for this class.
Okay. So, Boka, how about you?
What do I do?
Do you have any questions or comments for the
No.
teacher?
No, I continue drinking coffee.
Okay. Well, at the end of that, because we're just giving you a brief overview for today, the bell chimes, and it's time for your next class. So all of the students shuffle out into the hall again. And this time, when you get to the next class, it's not in rows like the last one. This is in like a saw. So this room has stone walls with a stone floor, which seems to have like a set of special like rings embedded in the floor. These rings seem to be wood rather than stone, though very finely polished. I think that's how you should say it. And each piece of wood is ingrained with the school's emblem. There's about 6 of these. And in front is another teacher. So let me grab the teacher. Where are you, Tervis? Oh, there he is. So, the teacher here is an impressive sight. I'm gonna show you guys right off the bat, but he is a dark-haired, Minos male with sharp, pointed horns, and he's standing probably a good, 8 or 8.5 feet tall. He's massive, and he's actually in armor. So this is one of the first people you see actually wearing full armor. He's a staggering figure. He's kind of like a mobile tower compared to all of you. He looks you over with his bovine, gleaming stare. Do any of you have any comments? And remember,
None, but
there's
I'm
no ghosts to
terrified.
hide behind. There are no
As he
ghosts
walks in, you
to
just
hide
kind of
behind.
hear me go, cool.
Actually, he's here before you all. Probably because he doesn't need to switch for the last class to this one. So, he's already here. a particular note.
When I
among the
notice him, I
students.
still say the same thing and just go, cool.
Particular notes for the students. Xanther seems awfully eager to be here. As does... actually forget who is the other student I was thinking of. Maybe Greta? She actually says to him, "My, what staggering muscles you have." He just sort of snorts in that sort of bull-like way. And, when you all settle in, he says, "I'm Turvis Sharpwing. I will be teaching you magical self-defense. Here, we will hone your arcana, perception, and insight." And I actually forgot to write notes for this one. I only have 5 notes in 6 classes. So, I don't recall what I came up with for the result of this class, but there will be one. There will be one. You will get a reward if you do well in this class. As he looks you over, he says, "I've been a combat sorcerer for over 30 years. I am trained in all forms of magical and martial combat. You can learn a lot from me if you choose to. The question, though, is will you choose to?" No reactions?
I'm fucking terrified.
So, Rowena is apparently cowering in the back. Anyone else?
I just kind of casually just go, neat.
Okay. Oh, I think I remember what this class gives. So, as part of this class, if you pass it, you get your normal proficiencies with weapons. So, like if you're gonna be a sorcerer or a wizard, you'll get your basic set of like dagger, dart, sling, quarterstaff, crossbow. I think that's the same for both. Yeah. So if you finish this class, you get all those. If you don't, you actually don't get those. So, this class is kind of important, because you'll cover the basics. Oh, also, if you don't have a combat cantrip, he can teach those. So, for those of you who did not take a combat cantrip, this might be helpful.
Ah, shit.
So, if no one has any other questions, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for him. And we'll move on to the next class, which actually goes back to the first classroom. Did I show him? I think I did, right?
Yes, you
Yes. Okay. Good. Good. So when you get to the first classroom again, there is another professor standing there. He is a male human, not too old, not too young. Very in between. In fact, I will show you him. He's got very fancy clothes on, so it's very likely that he's from a noble lineage. That or he's richer than most of the other professors. That could be. You never know. As you all get inside, do you go to the same seats you just had? Or do you go somewhere else? And I should
I'm
say,
gonna.
for next time, I will actually have, like, a classroom that I put together. And, I'll let you actually have seats. I didn't think to do that. So, for next time, we'll actually have some.
If everyone
But,
else
yeah.
has returned to the seats they were in when we were originally in this classroom, then I'm just gonna go to the middle one next to like Luna and Lorian.
Okay. Okay. And Boka, you want to be up front, I'm guessing. I hope so. She's quiet. I'm gonna guess you go back where you were. So, when you all take your seats, the man in front stands up and says, "I am Thane." He adjusts the front of his suit to make sure it's nice and tidy as he speaks. I am part of a noble line. However, I have mostly given up any such things, as I am now professor here. I will be teaching you basics of magical security. Here in this class, we are going to teach you how to secure your belongings. Most importantly, if you succeed in this class, you will learn the magical locking spells. No comments?
Wait, magical locking spells?
Yes.
Okay, I'll buy it. I'm gonna ask what that is.
I have a
Okay.
confused look on my face.
I need my spell list really quick. Because I'm not finding the spell. What is this spell called? Oh, it's just called Lock. Well, that's why. That is why.
Oh, that was a little anticlimactic of a name.
Okay, in regular D&D, it's called Arcane Lock. It's a first level spell. Oh, no. In here, Arcane Lock is a second level spell. I changed that though for Celestia. In Celestia, the spell is just called Lock. And it is a first level spell. So, yeah, goes over some of the basics, describing the spell to you. And he says, mostly this is used to guard, like, your notebooks, or, like your locker, including your foot locker, so no one can enter it. Except you, of course. This is the introduction. In more advanced classes, we teach you how to trap both items and areas. However, that's not for this class. That is a little beyond our scope right now. Instead, I'll teach you the basics of securing your own stuff. We'll be going over Arcana, Deception, and Intimidation as part of this class. It would be such a shame if any of you lost any goods. No comments on that?
That was kind of ominous.
Jokes on them. I keep my goods on my person at all times.
You're gonna eventually have too many things for that. So, be careful with that. Be careful with that.
Only when the time comes.
Alright. Alright. So, at the end of his class, he also says, now, if you should happen to lose something, or find that you need something, and you can't get it at the student store or in town, you can always come to me. I can procure anything you may desire. And, you hear, one of the students, probably Xanther, talking to Luna as he whispers, I hear he's called the Broker. And I did show you to him. I show you guys him, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So
Do I overhear him saying that to Luna?
yes,
Am I next to Luna, or am I like next to him in between them?
you're nearby both.
Okay.
Not that far. In fact, he could probably hear it. Because they're not that quiet. It carries in this room. In fact, that's part of the design of the classrooms. They carry an echo very well. Ow. I smacked my head into my mic again.
Oh no.
It's much closer than I had the old mic, and off to the side. So if I lean one way with my head, I sometimes smack it. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm fine. So, once again, unless you guys have something you want to do, the bell will chime.
I got nothing. Today was just basically a listening kind of day for Rowena.
Okay.
Do we change classrooms again, or we just stay there?
No, this one seems to stay in place. So, as Fane leaves, another professor comes in. This professor is a male Andrusa with dark hair and dark scales. This is Orvlo, who you have seen before. Orvlo was the one who gave the speech for the opening ceremony, I guess you could call it, when you were all in front of the library. I didn't have a picture for him then, but now you can see Orvlo. He's quite the intimidating sight. As he gets to the front of the class, he turns to see you all, and he says, my name is Orvlo. I am one of the senior professors. I teach, at least as far as you're concerned, the basics of magical auras. This is an important class. In this class, we develop your ability to see magic. And when you can see it, you can manipulate it without having to cast a spell first. Most of you probably already know Detect Magic. If you pass this course, you'll gain the ability to directly see or sense magic, which is invaluable. You will not need the spell anymore once you learn it. Here. He says we'll also be dealing in Arcana, Investigation, and Perception. I hope you're prepared.
I take note of that.
Okay, so out of context, or I guess to give context as the GM, this class is where you're going to get an important skill. All sorcerers and wizards have magic sense as one of their skills, or abilities, or class features, however you want to put it. If you pass this class, you get your magic sensibility, which will let you see or sense the flow of magic. If you don't pass this class, you still have to keep using Detect Magic. So you probably want to pass this one. You probably do. If there's no questions or comments or activities that you want to do, I will end with the bell ring.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. So with that, the bell rings and Orvlo says, now, all of you can head to oh wow, my brain went blank. I can't think of the word I want to use, but a common area. At the school. I can't think of what it's called. Why can't I?
Words do be hard.
Yes.
Words, how do we speak them?
So, I don't know how many of you have been to college, but, there's usually a place on campus, which is a large open area, where at times, different groups can gather and set up stalls or little, tables.
Courtyard?
Courtyard's probably a good term. Courtyard's usually outside. I know there's a type of, room that does the same thing, but I can't think of what it's called. Anyways, he says that you can go to this room, and they'll have agents from each of the clubs advertising their particular facilities. And that you guys should go there and check out the clubs. So is that where you guys want to go?
Yes. At least I do.
Okay. How about Pip?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Boka? Boka.
Okay. Boka pass out?
I don't know. She hasn't said anything for a bit.
I am worried.
She did stream earlier, so she could be tired. And I know something has been going on at her house, so maybe she's a little preoccupied.
That's fair.
No, I'm gonna assume you all go. And here, it's a good time, if you haven't already got it open, to bring up the page for the extracurricular options. That's all the clubs. I've linked it before, so you should be able to see it. I'm not sure what I did with the page. Oh, wait. I'll make sure you guys have the link. Just one more second. Alright, there you go. It's now in Discord. Alright, so there are almost 50 clubs. So there are a lot of booths set up, one for each club. You see the Show Band Association, which has instruments out, and they're playing little medleys. You see the Academy Star, which has basically newspapers set up at their booth. You see the Adventurers League, which has like examples of like adventuring gear on their desk. You have the Alchemist Association, which has various alchemical goods that are laid out on their desk. You have the artifact enthusiasts, who seem to have a few artifacts lying around. There's the cheer squad, which one of your students, Xanther, the fire Nephilim, is already at. He's chatting them up. You have the engineering club, which have some detailed models laying out. You have the Duelist Association, which has people dressed in dueling robes with wands, putting on displays. You have the Culinary Club, which has food. They have snack food. You have the cute Conjurations Club, which apparently has drawings of some of the things that they summon as part of their group. You have the Dead Languages Society, which has a bunch of books out. You have the Debate Club that seems rather stiff. Out. I really need to do something about that. But they are rather stiff. You also have the Discipline Patrol Squad, which they seem to have armbands. And they're actually not at a booth. They're huddled together. They don't seem to be like taking any newcomers, so they don't have a booth out. But they are present. There's the Distinguished Society of Fine Artists, which seem to be having displays of paintings and statues and other artwork. There's the Dragon Chess Club, which has dragon chess being played. The Enchanting Poet Society, which are spewing out poetry for all those around. You have the Entomology Enthusiasts, which seems to have like a brochure that they're showing everyone. There's the Event Planning Committee, which are displaying things about balls, dance parties, talent shows. There's the Horticulture Club, fantastical Horticulture Club. And they have displays of plants. You have the Future Architects Club, which have model buildings. There's the Grappling Club, which seems to have a bunch of members in, like, leotards. There's the Historical Society, which also has a bunch of books on display. Then there's the Future Entrepreneurs Society, which has ledgers out, and they're discussing things and counting coins for some odd reason. Then you have the Independent Research Consortium, which seem to have a lot of tools and other things which they are discussing and talking about. You have the Intramural Gymnastics Club, which is another club that Xanther visits.
You are not kidding about the number of these. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You also see the Intramural Mage Tower League, which has several Mage Tower teams that are at the booth. There's the Intramural Water Dancing Club, which are dressed in swim outfits. You have the Iron Lifters Society, which is where Greta, one of your classmates, is. You have the League of Extraordinary Runners, which are all dressed in athletics clothes and talking about various, like, options for running. You have the Live Action Role-Playing Guild, which you've met before. They're in their fancy outfits.
There's a LARP club.
There is. There's the Mathematics Alliance.
I laugh, but I actually have friends who LARP, so.
Same.
There's the Mathematics Alliance, which have discussions on what seem to be mathematics formulas. There's the Oratory Club, which seem to be, I guess you could say, discussing something and taking turns doing so. There's the Order of the Blade, which is the most armed club of any club here. They're using, like, real weapons to put on demonstrations. There's the Play Actors Drama Guild, which seems to be putting on something of a play without any set or anything, but with, like, 3 or 4 of them giving a little demonstration. There's a Quiz Club, which seems to be hosting some sort of little event. There's the Reserve Officers Train Corps, which also doesn't have a booth, but they are definitely in attendance and are in uniform. There's the Student Mages of Faith, which is huddled together, discussing various topics. There's the Students of the Beyond, which also seems to be kind of similar, but with more fanfare. They have crystal balls and various tools and implements that they're discussing. And finally, there's the Zoology Society, which has pictures of various animals and they're discussing them. So, do any of these catch your attention?
So I've already picked one.
Yes. Which I think was the Culinary Society.
Yes.
I'm interested in the shit, I forgot the name of it. Which channel is the list in?
It's in the Arcane Academy.
There it is. Okay. There we go. Okay.
While you guys think it over, I'm gonna drink something, because I've been talking a lot.
Oh yeah, by all means.
Okay, so the one I'm initially interested in is show band, because I'm a music geek. I can't resist. Or you said I get to choose two, right?
Yes. So Noshi, do you have any idea for a second one? While Ren's thinking.
Let's see.
If any of you are curious, Boka is in the Competitive Duelist Club and the Cute Conjurations Club. And Adir is in Culinary Club and the Fantastical Horticulture Club.
If I had to choose another one.
Is there really no club for like potion making and stuff?
There's an Alchemist Club. Alchemist Association.
Oh, I completely missed that one. Do that one as well. So the Shoban and Alchemist.
Okay. Let me note that for you.
Oh, yeah, it's right here. Jesus, how did I miss that?
You know what? Let's try out the Adventure League 2. Actually, wait.
I'll let you think about that as I scribble these in.
Yeah, Adventure League.
Okay. So, Alchemist Association. For Ren. Note down the Professor. And Rowena. Adventures League. Oops.
So we each got 2 clubs, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, if it helps you any, one of your class professors is also the advisor for the Adventurers League. So if you recall, Verelda Lang, your second teacher, happens to also be the advisor for the Adventurers League. Otherwise, I don't think you've met any of the others. Yeah. Right.
I'm not.
So, let's do a little bit of roleplay. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? So the Academy Show Band
I assume so.
Association actually has 2 of your fellow students at it. Rubina, the dark-skinned, dark-haired girl, and Luna. So, as you go over to it, Pip, you see both Luna and Rubina at it. They're talking with what seem to be 3rd or 4th year students who are running the booth. So do you want to say anything as you come up?
To which booth?
The Academy Show Band Association.
First thing I'm gonna look for if they have like a pamphlet or something.
You see some sheet music laid out on their desk, but otherwise they don't seem to have like a brochure or anything. When you
I'm gonna
look
read
around,
the sheet music.
Okay, as you're looking at the sheet music, one of the older students asks you, "Hi there, are you thinking of joining?"
Do you have drums?
We do percussion, so if you want to join us with some percussion, feel free.
I may take you up on that.
Alright, he tells you where they meet. Do you make any comments to Luna or Rubina while you're there?
I will, I guess, formally introduce myself to both of them.
Okay. You walk over and introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Pip pip. How are you?
They both look at you and
I'm
they
gonna
say,
start every conversation with that.
okay. They both look at you and say, hello. And Luna in particular tilts her head and looks you over. In fact, just so you know, some of the instruments you see about are bagpipes, flutes, and drums. So, there are in fact some drums around. Just so I can get a note of that in. Luna says, I'm not quite sure about this yet. I kind of want something a little more guitarish. Do you think they'd want a guitarist?
Wait, are they just saying this and I'm overhearing it?
Well, yes, they did introduce... I forgot. They did say, a little more than hi. They did introduce themselves as Luna and Rubina. I forgot to mention that. Sorry, it's getting late. But, that is the comment Luna makes as the conversation returns to not introduction. That makes any sense?
Test. My internet just died for like 2 seconds.
Oh no.
You're here.
Okay.
I hear you.
I was trying to ask about the drums. Is it like a drum kit? Is it like a singular drum?
This one seems to be just a couple of drums. I mean, they don't quite have like snare drums, but these are two different, like, sizes, and they're sort of like snare drums.
Okay, but nothing like a bass drum or anything.
None that are really big. Not here, at least. Though, those would probably be a little less portable.
I mean, yeah.
So,
I'm just gonna walk over to the drums and grab the drumsticks and start playing.
okay. If you're gonna do that, make a performance roll.
Oh.
Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes.
I clicked the wrong button.
It doesn't help.
I have the same bonus. Can I still use the roll?
I mean, I guess.
Yes,
That's a
it's still wisdom.
crit.
It's just a +2 on all of them.
That's a crit.
Yeah, that's a critical success. So I just go up here with the drumsticks. I just like twirl one of them and just start playing.
Yeah. You give a stunning drum solo. They're impressed. They're impressed. And with that, I think we'll swing to Rowena. You want to go over to the Adventurers League? Their booth?
I shyly go over there while I have like I guess while I'm carrying a book or something.
Okay.
Maybe my notebook.
There is one other fellow student here. Oh no. No. So, this is, not a student you know yet, but she's the one running the booth. Hang on. I wanted to see if I was duplicating characters. Nope. Alright. So, the one at the booth is a young elf. She's got brown hair, rather like plain features for an elf, and she has a bunch of like potions on her, and she's wearing like a large like belt assembly around her waist, and more practical clothes than you usually see, at least here at the school. She's the one running the booth as you come up, and she looks you over, and she says, "How are you doing?"
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Are you looking to join the Adventurers League?
I'm thinking about it. Is there anything? Is there anything to know about the Adventure League? The Adventurers League?
We're a rather eclectic group. In fact, there's supposed to be another third year here with me, but she has managed to run off to do some more exploring, apparently, and left me here to do the booth by myself. It's not unexpected. Dimia tends to do that sort of thing. On the other hand, she seems to find a lot of lost relics and various things. Even the professors can't quite keep up with her.
Lost relics?
Yes. I mean, we're not supposed to actually go, like, hunting relics on our own. But, there are some ruins around here. And, Demi in particular tends to always seem to find them. More our goal is to teach students, through our fellowship, some of the skills you need to become an adventurer when you leave the school.
I guess that's something that I could do.
Excellent. My other hobby, and the other booth I'm supposed to have had a part in running, is the Alchemist's booth. So, you might see me there too. I tend to do double duty. But, as far as the Adventurers League goes, we welcome anyone who has the spirit of adventure.
Well, I would like to learn as much as I possibly can when it comes to adventuring and the outside world.
Excellent. Excellent. We'd love to explore the woods around here. Go out on little trips for each of our, like, club meeting days. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Oh, did she introduce herself? I'm not sure she did.
I don't think so.
Okay. She says, by the way, I think I forgot to say it, but my name is Midori Honum, and I'm gonna show you her sheet. So every time you meet a new NPC, I will now show you their sheet. So.
Okay.
That should help out.
My name is Rowena.
Nice to meet you, Rowena. She, hands you, like, a sign-up sheet. And, you two start discussing when the club meets.
Okay.
And I think I heard a Boka.
Boka?
Is she gone again? I think she might be gone again.
I don't hear
Okay,
anything.
so let's switch back to Pip. So you've left the Showband Association, and you're now at the Alchemist booth. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh no. I looked at the wrong sheet.
Oh.
Oh boy. So, at the Adventurers League, you did not meet Midori. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got them mixed up.
All good.
I don't have, I don't actually have a picture for this particular student. Which is probably why I got them confused. You met a female Mensa instead.
Oh.
Yes, she's in 2 clubs, I believe. Yes, she's in the Adventurers League, and I believe the Duelist League. Yes. So, those are her 2 clubs. You meet her, though, and have
Okay.
much the same conversation, just without the parts about alchemy.
Gotcha.
So, Pip, you meet Midori, who's at the Alchemist booth, who I've already described. So, you see, this elf at the alchemy station, potions strapped to her, and, alchemical, equipment laid out on the
Can I attempt to
desk.
identify any of the potions?
There's no potions themselves, except on her.
That's what I mean, like the potions she has on her.
They're in like a bandolier, so you can't really
Oh,
see
I
them
can't.
well.
I can't actually see them.
Yeah, they're kind of hidden. She smiles at you as you come up and says, "How are you doing?"
Okay. I'm just gonna introduce myself then. Just.
I'm kind of waiting for the pip.
Pip pip.
I mean, it had to happen, right? She looks at you a little bit oddly, and, she says, "Well, it's nice to meet you, Pip. Are you looking to join the Alchemist Club?"
Pip pip. Yep.
Good. Do you have any previous experience?
I just reach in my bag and pull out my whole herbalist kit.
He says, "Ooh, good. You go out searching, apparently. Always a good sign. In fact, a lot of our club meetings are spent out in the wilderness hunting down ingredients." No comment?
Sorry, I forgot which button was my talk button. I'm eating, so that's why I'm on like push to talk. I'm just gonna kind of nod and I ask like, what kind of potions do you tend to make and such?
Alright. Well, you two start to discuss potions. And as students, I mean, she's a 3rd year, so, the most advanced spells she's making into potions are 2nd level spells. So a little advanced for you. But you guys have talked about different potions. I'm not sure what good potions for her would be. At least not off the top of my head. So, I'm not gonna go too deep into that right now. So, Boka, are you back? Boka? Every once in a while, I see her flash, so I know she's saying stuff, but I can't really hear what it is.
I think it might be the stream in the background.
I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know what it's happened to Boka, but I think that covers most of the things I wanted you guys to encounter for today. You met all your professors, you met all your classmates, at least to some degree. you need to spend some more time with them and get to know them. Otherwise, you also got your clubs. You have clubs now.
I didn't meet anybody from the culinary club.
Oh, let's see. I actually don't have any students assigned to the culinary club yet, so I'm not sure who would meet you.
That's fair.
But they do definitely have a booth here, so you could have a random talk with an NPC who has no name, and I have no idea what they look like. Except for a random thing comes to me. So, we could do that, but, and in fact, if, Boka was here, I would probably have, both of you go over, both in the same club. Oh wait, no, it's Adir. Adir is the other one in the culinary club. So, yeah, I think that's it for tonight.
Correct.
It's like 11:30, and I'm getting used to later than my normal, but the closer I get to midnight, the more tired the Nakami gets.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed meeting all the NPCs, or at least a decent collection of them. You will meet some more as you start going to your clubs. I'll give you guys chances to interact in the classes. You'll get a lot of time with a lot of the characters. So, yeah, I look forward to that. I just had to get all the introduction out of the way, which is one reason I hope Game goes back and watches this, because, yeah, you had to meet everyone. It's amazing that I got through them all.
There were a lot of names.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I mean, I know it's hard for you, which is why I let you see all the characters. So, you can always look and see, who I'm talking about. In fact, if you look at my stream, you can see all the characters that are NPCs. I have them all in one sheet. One giant sheet. It's still missing a couple of people, but it's pretty accurate. So, yeah, there's almost 100 characters. So, not including villains or anything else. So, yeah, there's a lot of people. Next week is going to be a little more adventure. I have a little mini adventure that you guys are going to get to. I think. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure yet. So look forward to that. I think I'm also going to have you guys start learning some stuff for one of your classes. I won't go too in-depth with most of the classes, but I will do some background stuff that will appear in various like lectures that are going to happen as classes. So you get an idea of some of the backstory of the world. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
I'll try to keep it fun. And with that, I think that's it. So, I hope you guys had fun. Let's see who's on. And I can pass you guys to. Because we'll definitely raid someone.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh. Luna is on. We have not raided Luna in a long time. So I think we are going to raid Luna. We're playing some Alan Wake, which is a fun game. I haven't
Alright,
played
well, I
Alan
think
Wake
I'm gonna
myself,
go ahead.
But,
I think I'm gonna go ahead and head out then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I'll do the same.
Alright. Well, good night,
have
everybody.
fun.
And before I go, I do have one announcement. You have all lost the game.
God damn it!
Okay. On that note,
Yeah.
have fun, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.
See you next time.